Red Soup is here with Jahman and Frank Halo, starting off here with U.S. Sports. All right, first off, with Peyton Manning's neck injury, and now the whole season, Peener has replaced him so far for the Colts. What should the Colts do with Peyton Manning in the offseason? Frank started off.
Well, if they're getting Andrew Luck, first of all, there's no idea that they should trade him at all. Either if they do get Andrew Luck or if they don't get Andrew Luck. If they get Andrew Luck, it's just going to be like Aaron Rodgers, but better. Because Brett Favre did absolutely nothing for Aaron Rodgers when teaching the offense. The Colts have the most hard offense, most complicated offense by the NFL. And who better for Andrew Luck to learn from is Peyton Manning. But I believe he does have 3 more years, but I also believe that he will help Andrew Luck to go past the way. He's not going to be like Brett Favre and just shut him and not do anything. And they should never think of trading one of their best top 5 players.
I completely disagree with what you're saying. Just on this basis alone. Why didn't Brett Favre help Aaron Rodgers? Because when you're dealing with professionals getting paid, you have to understand this is a competitive game. So, Peyton Manning's not going to look at Andrew Luck like, oh, this is the next guy behind me. This is the guy that's going to help this franchise move forward. Because I bet you, in all honesty, Peyton Manning probably doesn't care that much. Peyton Manning is thinking about, I want to win right now. Why aren't you using that pick? Either trade it, give me more players if you truly want to keep me, or draft someone that can actually help me out, help this offense out. Because if you're going to keep me, then my mentality is, we're trying to win a Super Bowl right now. Don't think about down the line. That's also why Brett Favre never helped Aaron Rodgers. Because he's looking at him as a guy. This guy's trying to take my spot. Because if Peyton Manning goes out there, let's go with the hypothetical situation. You draft Andrew Luck number 1. You keep Peyton Manning on your roster. Any game Peyton Manning has, any bad game that he has, regardless of what happens, if he has another 3 or 4 interception game against the Chargers, you know what everyone in the stands is going to be cheering? Look.
That is
They're going
absolutely
to want
false.
to see. They're going to want to see Andrew Luck play because there's a pressure that we drafted this guy number 1. He must be good enough for us to draft him number 1. Why can't he come in and play? Because that's what all the other number 1 picks do. They come in and play when if they're putting in a backup role. They come in and play when the starter is not playing well. So he's going to look at him as this guy's might to take my spot. So he's not going to help him. So I think the best option is probably to trade Peyton Manning if you want to go that route of Andrew Luck. Because one, Andrew Luck is not the same quarterback as Peyton Manning. So your offense is going to be a little bit different than it will be with Peyton Manning. He's a little bit more athletic and is a little bit more mobile outside the pocket than Peyton Manning is. And when I watch Andrew Luck play, I mean, his release is quick, but it's definitely not as quick as Peyton Manning's is.
Well, I told you, there's a difference between Brett Favre and Peyton Manning. Brett Favre's got a sort of arrogance about him. He thinks that no one is better than him, and he play until that. Peyton Manning, he still will be focused on himself, but he will also help Andrew Luck a little bit. You can't run that offense without someone teaching you. And look at Aaron Rodgers, even though he didn't. It's still great. He still learned from Brett Favre by watching him. Andrew Luck can learn from Peyton Manning by just watching him.
Let me ask you something. Why have none of Peyton Manning's backups ever been able to do? They've been able, not even. We're not even talking. They've been able to be slightly good. They have been horrible.
Because
Jim Sorgi,
they're not
good.
talented enough to run that offense. Andrew Luck is talented. Jim Sorgi is probably. They never thought Peyton Manning could get hurt, so why would you? You don't need a backup Peyton Manning every year.
So you're gonna say
Jim Sorgi, he would not even be a starting quarterback at any team, not even a backup on any team.
So you're saying Andrew Luck, just purely on talent alone, would be able to grasp the offense?
By his talent.
What about Kerry Collins? Was pretty talented, right? Talent.
Kerry Collins is also 40 years old.
Talent doesn't mean that you'll be able to understand
Talent,
the offense.
If you don't understand offense, doesn't mean they can run it. You have to understand it and be able to run it, throw the ball, run the offense. If Jim Sorgi cannot run the offense, like Andrew Luck doesn't have the physical tools.
How hard is it to play deep and dunk football? That's basically, if you look at the Colts offense, they don't throw the ball down the field that much. Like, they do have some plays where they do throw the ball vertically, but the majority of their plays that the Colts run are purely based on the quarterback reading, making a read of the defense at the line. That's why Peyton Manning is the only one that can do it. because he's the one that they built the entire offense around. Now, to go back to my point originally, if you have Andrew Luck, he is not Peyton Manning. There are different types of quarterback. Andrew Luck is more athletic. I think Andrew Luck will probably be better in more of a West Coast system like an Aaron Rodgers because his build and physical makeup is more like an Aaron Rodgers. He's more athletic outside the pocket. He can run. He can make a lot of audibles at the line and make adjustments and a very intelligent football player. Don't get me wrong, but he's not like Peyton Manning.
We have to move on now. John Fox's comments over the weekend. Very interesting, stirred up the whole sports world. What do you have your first take on, Frank?
I totally agree with what he said about Tim Tebow. He said that he can't run a pro style offense, he can't run a offense. Tim Tebow, I'll give him, he has great intangibles, but he doesn't have what physical tools to play the quarterback position in the NFL. He's never been over 50% of passing. He went 2 for 8, and the throws that he missed by at least 10 yards.
That's not true.
He missed. They weren't close.
It's not true.
They were
obviously didn't watch the game.
They weren't
You didn't watch the game because that's not
They
true.
weren't close.
Tim Tebow.
Most of his throws were not close.
That's not true.
Yes,
No, it's not.
It is.
They had 3 drops. Tim
No, they
Tebow. Yeah, they did. Yeah, the Denver Broncos.
Tim Tebow.
3 drops. Eric Decker.
They had 3 drops. He still went 2 for 8.
That would have been 5 for 8. They only threw the
Still,
ball 8 times.
That's not. You can't win offense. You might win one game with that. You think you can't win NFL with a gadget offense like that with option. You cannot do that. You cannot. One game they have beaten the one good team they played, a mediocre team right now in the Detroit Lions. They lost by 34, and all their wins have been coming against subpar teams.
And you're saying it's Tim Tebow's fault that they lost by 34?
Yes.
It was 30. It was 34. It was 40. Was it 43 to 10 or was it
44 to 10.
40. So you're
You
saying
can't
it's his
lead
fault?
a team without. You can't win a game with a good offensive team without passing.
You need
You
defense.
need balance, but you need balance in offense. You can't have to throw the ball. The NFL is a passing league now. You need to be able to throw the ball 20 minutes out.
Let me ask you something. Was Tim Tebow on defense?
No.
So is it his fault that they gave
So,
up? How many pick sixes did he throw again?
He threw one pick six.
One.
And
So-
a
so that's-
fumble for a touchdown too.
So was that 14 points?
Yeah.
They put up 10 points. As far as I'm concerned,
You can't win the NFL with putting up just 10 points.
he's not on defense. Any team in the NFL is going to need their defense to play. That's why it's a team game. I don't agree with John Fox's comments completely. I think Tim Tebow probably can. I don't think Tim Tebow can play in John Fox's pro style offense, which is strictly from the pocket passing, I formation. Majority of your plays are probably handoffs or quick passes. That's why if you look at the quarterbacks that have thrived in his offense, Jake Delhomme. Kyle Orton didn't really thrive, but the quarterbacks that he uses, Jimmy Clausen, Kyle Orton, Matt Moore, none of those guys are like Tim Tebow. They're all guys that play in the pocket specifically. I think Tim Tebow is not a conventional pro quarterback. That's why people have problems with him, because when he's outside the pocket, he can make plays. That's what Tim Tebow is. He's a playmaker. Now, okay, if you're going to say that he's not a pro quarterback because he can't play in the pocket, then you know what? You're right. You're right. He is not. And if you're going on that basis,
He can't throw the ball.
That's not true. Because he makes throws.
He does not make good throws.
He does make good throws all the
You're
time.
right,
He
he made a good throw 1 out of 5 times, but that's still 20% of the pass.
Clearly that's not true though. Because if he couldn't make throws, then they wouldn't be winning right now. Because if he was really that bad, they wouldn't win. They played the game. And I can totally see if they were winning in spite of Tim Tebow, just like the Bears.
They just ran the ball 55 times. Tim Tebow threw the ball 8 times. He didn't win that game. The running game.
Who scored the most points in that game? Tim Tebow.
Had 1 touchdown.
He had 2 touchdowns.
One
rushing and 1 passing. He's winning
both
the
of
game.
them
Who won the Miami game? Tim Tebow. Who won the Oakland game? Tim Tebow. He's winning the games for
They're
them.
saying their defense lost in the games. How about defense keeping it in the games? They were down 15-0. defense helped them stay in the game for Tim Tebow.
Is it his fault? And
It's
also,
not his fault that
is he the play caller? Is he the one saying, "Oh, I only want you guys to throw the ball 8 times a game"? No, he wants them to throw the ball because he realizes that gives them the best chance to win.
No, they give them the chance.
It's,
They're going to lose that game.
You know what? I wish we actually had some video right now because I would show you the drops. There was another pass, a deep pass to Eric Decker. Hit him right in the hands, dropped it.
We'll show it.
Eddie Royal dropped the pass, dropped 2 passes. You cannot win. You can't expect him to just be flawless in the game because no quarterback is flawless. I'm pretty sure if you go to any quarterback, they're gonna have games where they're not.
But he has to game every time.
No, he doesn't.
Over 50%, maybe 1 touchdown and 1 pick. Every game is under 50% passing.
We have to change the topic, going to college football. You have LSU, Oklahoma State, number 1 against number 2, with Oregon and Alabama.